Hello and welcome to Canterbury Live. I'm Andrea Allen and I'd love to welcome you here to our first show of Canterbury Live. It's a miserable day outside, but don't worry about that. There is sun shining here in the studio. Did you have a good weekend? Did you get out and about around Canterbury? I did. I headed down to Ashburton on Saturday, spent a beautiful night down there in a little lake cottage, but enjoyed the most amazing meal at Bar 12 in Ashburton. You have to pop in there. Chantal, the owner, was a master chef about 2012. She was in the top 9. The food is incredible. The next day we headed over to Sheffield, and the fire brigade, the volunteer fire brigade, were having a fundraiser for a new shed, and they had classic cars, there was Corvettes, Fords and also planes, and they had a couple of jet fighters that did fly passes. So I spent a beautiful weekend around our region. But on the show today we have Claire Erasmus. Now she has written children's books, and in particular a character called Kia Cars. We'll learn about that. And also it's the Red Shield Appeal. Now, talking about sunshine, we have brought you a little bit of it today. Singing sensation Mr. Paul Potts. Paul, can you believe 7 years ago?
No, it makes me feel really old, and my wife always tells me that it's because I am really old.
But I mean, is it still surreal to watch that now, 7 years later?
It is bizarre. I mean, it's one thing that taught me that you might think you're going down a no-for road, but sometimes there's a turning you don't see.
Yeah. And can you take us back to that day when you're on New Zealand, or Britain's Got Talent? We watched it, probably not live, but via YouTube. I mean, it was such a beautiful moment. Can you describe how it felt, actually going out on that stage?
I was looking for the exit at that time. I didn't think it was going to lead anywhere. I only applied off the back of a flipping a 10p piece. But I didn't think it would lead anywhere, because when I applied, I saw my reflection in my laptop and thought, I do the wrong kind of music, and I'm too old, and since I've got such a great face for radio, why would they pick me? I mean, so I never expected anything from it.
And after you won it, could you believe what success would have come after that?
I don't think anything could have prepared me for that. But I'm incredibly grateful that I've had the support that I've had over the last 7 years. 7 years, quite a long career in this industry, and it's a privilege to be back here in Canterbury and in New Zealand, and seeing more of this beautiful country that I haven't seen enough of.
When we talk about the country, you're here in Christchurch and you're performing tomorrow night at the Aurora Centre. Explain to me, where did your love for music actually start?
It started when I was quite young. I enjoyed singing. It took me to a place that I actually belonged. I suffered 12 years of, at times, extreme bullying that I found it difficult to cope with. But singing gave me a space that I belonged in, and it's always felt the same, and it still does. It's just space that I go to. That it just feels like it's a key opening a door into a world where I've always felt I belonged. And there were times when it was the only place I belonged, and I never expected it to be a career, but I always wanted it to be something that I would do.
And it gave you a voice, literally.
Yeah, and it's enabled me to see many wonderful parts of the world. And you know, if somebody had told me 7 years ago that I'd be doing this, I would tell them they were nuts. And
then to the screen as well with One Chance. Incredible.
Yeah, I loved the film. I told them from the very start that I wanted it to be a comedy because I think there's a really important message, and I think it goes over better when people are laughing. And it's, in life, you have to just keep going. And I think that success, we often allow other people to define what success is. I think we should define it for ourselves. And success is doing what you love doing. And if you get to do what you love doing, then by definition you're successful.
And you've obviously inspired a lot of other people, apart from at home, but around the world as well, to follow their dreams.
I think if it could happen for me, then it can happen for just about anyone. And I think you have to live life day at a time. And that's one thing that being severely bullied taught me, was to be adaptable and to adapt. And I had to adapt and read people's body language before I could make judgments. But it's enabled me to take each day as it comes. And that's been a really important part of the last 7 years.
A journey. You talk about life. Music is not the only part of your life. At home, you've got obviously your beautiful wife, but also 3 pets, I believe.
Yeah, a white German Shepherd who, whenever I call my wife on FaceTime, which is the cheapest way of doing it from here, the dog whines like anything. Caesar makes a lot of noise. So it'll be almost like he's singing, and he can hear because he's looking for me. He can hear my voice, but can't see me. And in the background, I can hear jingling bells on their wheel running around and keeping themselves occupied.
Well, we've got a little something special for you from Canterbury Live today, because I believe that you have a bit of a trouble with Jingle and Bells, the hamsters, is that they keep you up at night sometimes when they're exercising, is that right?
They do make quite a lot of noise.
Well, we've got here, these are glow in the dark. So for them to play around at night so they can keep mum and dad, keep the noise down for them. So that's for the Canterbury Live team, so that's something for you to take home if you like. There you go, you're more than welcome. So back to the concert, you're here in Christchurch, and it's not your first time to us, and we're fortunate to have you back again. The concert, what can we expect tomorrow night?
Well, there's something from all the albums, and also some music from the future album as well, and also a tribute to Mario Lanza. Which is something I always do on tour. And we've got the incredible Anna Hawkins on tour with me as well, so she's been great fun to perform with, and it's always great fun to perform, and
exactly.
And you know, I've been longing to come back to perform in New Zealand for some time, and because my last time was a fundraiser for Christchurch 3 years ago. Hopefully this time, when I'm touring as a leisure in my leisure after tomorrow night's tour, that I don't get bitten by another sandfly and end up back in hospital.
Hey, thank you so much, Paul. It's been an absolute pleasure. Now, after the break, we have Claire Erasmus here with one of her beautiful books.
CTV News and Weather, first at 5. Be the first to find out about the rebuild, local politics, business, sports, culture and community. CTV News and Weather, first at 5, only on CTV.
Ready to go, mate? Flight leaves at 4:30.
Relax, mate. We'll park at Airpark Canterbury.
Airpark Canterbury, privately owned and operated with a free 24/7 shuttle service. Call 0800 Airpark or book online at airparkcanterbury.co.nz.
Hurst Auto Dismantlers, your one-stop shop for all your mechanical and car part needs. Our huge premises boasts a large selection of mechanical parts, panels, tyres and glass. Most makes and models are available on site, and if we don't have it, our trusted staff will do their best to source what you need locally and nationwide. So come in and see the team, or just give us a call and save time and money. Hurst Auto Dismantlers, 343 0099.
Yuck, look at all this moss and lichen. I'm not getting up there, not in these heels. Time to call Mossbuster.
Mossbuster is a no-bleach, non-abrasive, biodegradable solution that has over 35 years of proven results. You can buy Mossbuster online for less than half the cost of other well-known products and can be yours for less than $1 a litre. You just spray it on and let Mother Nature do the rest, or Mossbuster can do it for you. Check out our website or call the Mossbuster crew for a free quote. Mossbuster, 0800 88 1000.
Come on down to Ferrymead Golf. Care for a game of paintball? How about some swings on the old driving range? Or on our par 3 9-hole golf course? Test your skills on the mini golf course or have a go at the airgun shooting range. Then relax at the Wow Cafe with one of our super succulent Wow Burgers. Whether you want to perfect your swing or are looking for a fun family day out, come down to Ferrymead Golf, 50 Ferrymead Park Drive, right next to the Ferrymead Heritage Park.
Tomorrow Today is your science program, presenting a comprehensive overview of the latest trends in science and research. Tomorrow Today, Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m, right here on CTV.
And welcome back to Canterbury Live. I'm Andrea Allen, and I'm joined by a very special lady, Claire Erasmus.
Thank you, Andrea.
Claire, I think there's something very special about authors, full stop. But those that actually write children's book, I think it's such an endearing thing. And you have done an amazing job, especially with your character, Kia Kaha.
Thank you very much.
Can you please tell us about what inspired you to write these books?
Well, I'm a teacher at the Cathedral Grammar School, which is in the city centre. So I was literally in the moment when, like everybody else, when the earthquake happened, surrounded by lots and lots of little children. And we were in the city for a very long time that day until we could evacuate and leave the city. So after that, I just went home and it just dawned on me that, you know, I needed to get some messages across to children. And that's really essentially where the story all began, with little Kia Kaha and, you know, staying strong.
Yeah, well, that's right. Kia Kaha, be strong. It's a beautiful name to give him. And so where do the stories come from? There's two books. There's one, Kia Kaha and the Brand New House.
Yes.
And also The Earthquake, was it?
So the first one is Kia Kaha, the Cathedral Mouse. Well, that's the first book.
Yeah.
And the first book is really about sort of almost immediately after the earthquake happened. And it really, I wanted to highlight to the community, to the children, that we need to just be strong, that everybody's there to help one another, and that through a positive attitude we can all move through this really, really massive disaster, and that everybody is there for one another. And we just need to believe in ourselves and believe in each other and to keep our faith and to stay strong. So that was the impetus really for the first story.
That's really great.
Yeah.
When a director, produces a movie, sometimes they can slip into a cinema and watch. Can you do the same as an author, to actually watch the children read or be read to actually absorb it?
I do, and I suppose that's the magical part of me being a teacher, is that my children are always the first children that get to hear the story, and so it's really wonderful to be on that side where you can actually see them, responding to the story and being a part of it. And very often, even in my first story, children could identify themselves in some of the images that were in the books. So they really could identify with the characters, which was really special as an author and a teacher to see them responding to it that way.
And I believe that the books will adorn the Royal Library. Can you tell us about a very, very special meeting that you had of late?
Well, when the royal couple came, I was luckily invited to present the books to the royal couple. And so there was a huge honour to meet them, and an even bigger honour to know that Prince George has them on his bookshelf at home.
How fantastic. And the question that everyone wants to know, what are they like? What are they really like?
They seemed really, really personable, very, very, very warm, and they seemed really genuinely interested in Christchurch. They're genuinely interested in how people are getting on. You know, they were interested in the new church, the new cathedral. They were interested in just that people are moving forward and that people haven't given up. So there was a real genuine interest, I'd say, and they were just lovely and warm.
Wow, that's brilliant. And it's lovely that Prince George will have that in the library there for him. So what's the next step on your journey? Because you are on a journey, aren't you? It's just the beginning, really.
Well, I do already have the next story in my head and a couple of lines written down already, so it just doesn't stop actually, sorry.
It's never ending.
That's never ending.
Okay,
yeah.
So where can we buy your book?
At the moment, the books are on sale at a couple of the Paper Pluses, and Paper Plus in Barrington, Bush in Maryvale and South City, and then they're also available at the cathedral, the Transitional Cathedral, and also through myself.
Oh, perfect. That's great. Well, we're very fortunate, and thank you very much, Claire, for your generosity.
You're welcome.
We actually have a couple of books available as a giveaway, so make sure that you call through to Marianne on 3777 033, or you can email as well, and one of these beautiful books. What a fantastic gift, though.
Thank you.
To send away, you know, especially to loved ones. I mean, they're a great size, they're quite light, so no trouble to send them over to our loved ones.
Absolutely.
And especially that now we know that Prince George has got that in his library. So back to school?
Back to school for teachers this week on Thursday and Friday. Yes.
Okay. Well, do you promise that you'll come back in and see us on Canterbury Live for the launch of the next book?
Absolutely. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure meeting you, Claire,
Thank you,
and
Andrea.
all the best. You should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you.
After the break, it's the Red Shield Appeal, and we find exactly what we can do in our community to assist.
Flash News 7 at Red and Black Sport gets a new title as well, but we'll still be talking every week to the movers and shakers in sport. Red and Black Sport, Monday night, 7:30, here on CTV.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, the naturopath here at Staywell Pharmacy. Working with the pharmacist, I use herbal and nutritional medicine to recommend natural alternatives for your health. This can be to counteract any side effects of your medication, general health advice, or natural options for you and your family. I'm also available for consultations. So come in and see us at Staywell Pharmacy, 27 Shands Road, Hornby. Staywell Pharmacy, live well, stay well.
My son's helped me greatly with my independence now that I've got more mobility.
Mum, I've been looking into stand assist chairs from More Mobility. They recline back with a footrest, then when you want to get out of them, they stand you up. You can even sleep on them. More Mobility can bring one out for a free trial. There's even electric beds too. What do you think? For more range and more expert advice, see More Mobility, corner Clarence and Princess Streets off Blenheim Road.
What a difference more mobility makes.
Christchurch has its very own enchanted utopia, the Hitching Post. Pop in and see for yourself. A magical assortment of handmade creations, custom-made candles and artwork. Choose from our huge range of water features, garden art and imported giftware. Specialists in handcrafted metal artwork made in store. Nestled on 722 Marshlands Road. The Hitching Post, defining art our way.
I'm Chris Lynch. Join me for CTV's new current affairs show Lynched every Monday at 8:30 right here on CTV, where I talk to the decision makers and those responsible for running our city.
Welcome back to Canterbury Live. Now, I'm joined by the very debonair Major Mike Allwright.
Sounds good.
From the Salvation Army. How are you?
Excellent.
Excellent. Thank you for coming in on a dreary day.
My pleasure.
But Salvation Army, they don't stop because of the weather, do they? They keep on going.
I'm afraid not.
Yeah.
I'm afraid not.
And around this weather, do you find you're called on quite a lot because of the weather and the homes that people are living in currently?
There are busy times of the year, and when the winter comes, our services get under a lot of demand. Power goes up, and the cost of living increases, and people who are struggling struggle more.
When people think of the Salvation Army, they think of probably helping the poor, but we can't define poor anymore, can we? Because Christchurch has hit so many people in so many different ways. Are you finding that you're seeing a different person that's coming to you now, or?
That's always difficult. The answer is, I've been with the Army for over 20 years now. I've seen millionaires come to our centres for help. Millionaires who've become alcoholics. They're not poor, but they're poor in some way. Today in Christchurch, we see business people struggling, trying to help their staff, and I've had businessmen come asking for food parcels so they could give it to their staff because they're struggling to pay and struggling to make ends meet. And so poor is a very open-ended.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it is, because we're rich in so many different ways in our lives. It's not monetary, but certainly everyone does need a little bit of help, and I think the earthquake was testament that a lot of strong people, they really knocked them for a six.
And poor is not just physical as well. People are emotionally struggling, they're poor in their emotions. Communities are poor because communities are broken down, and they're struggling to be whānau community. And people are struggling spiritually. They're spiritually poor. That's the loss of hope, the loss of a future, and that's where we hope to help.
Well, speaking of help, it's the Red Shield appeal coming up, and what's your aim this year?
As much as we can always get. This year we're looking at, for the South Island, around about $760,000 to cover the South Island. That's not enough, but that's a part of what we'll need to keep our community ministries going. That's our social services, our budgeting, our food banks, counselling centres. It's a portion.
Major Mike, what can we do if we're sitting at home and we want to do maybe something little or something big? What can we do to assist?
Money is always good. Money is always good. But there are other ways you can help as well. Knowing your neighbour and actually knowing that your neighbour is okay. There was a campaign just recently, a piece of cake, knowing your neighbour's a piece of cake. Community is about knowing people and helping people, and or knowing where to refer people to. And that's a starting point, knowing where to refer people to, knowing where to get assistance from, the right assistance. And that's not the Salvation Army, that's across all agencies. For the Salvation Army, a donation is always helpful. $5 goes a long way. $10 goes even further. And so that's a part of what can happen, or what a person can do to help.
Great. And you're still looking for volunteers?
Always looking for volunteers, and not just in collection of money. This weekend we're making up 400 food parcels, and that's going to last another 6 weeks, just for Christchurch alone. We always look for volunteers to help us make up the food parcels. There's practical ways where firms offer their services to help, and things like that.
Great. So make sure that you do your bit. Thank you very much for coming on and explaining it to us. So I'm sure that we're all at home will do our little bit for the Salvation Army. So all the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us on our first day on Canterbury Live. It's been fantastic. You've been very, very welcome here with the family here at CTV. Now tomorrow on the show we've got more Canterbury Live, more just for you right here. See you tomorrow.
Welcome to CTV's weekly prize draw, where you could win up to $5,000 every week. Each day we photograph cars displaying the CTV prize draw sticker. The car's owner contacts the station and wins a daily cash prize of $50.
Once a week, one of the daily winners is selected to come into the studio and to try to win a prize of up to $5,000. Here's how it works. There are 40 envelopes on the prize board. Inside them are prizes worth $250, $1,000 and $5,000. To win the prize, our lucky viewer has to select 5 envelopes with the same prize value. Our viewer chooses a number. We open the envelope, call out the prize amount, and then our lucky viewer will select another envelope. As soon as we've got 5 envelopes with the same prize for our viewer, we'll know how much money they'll be taking home with them. Now it's time to meet this week's lucky viewer and see if they can win the top prize of $5,000.
Hi and welcome to our weekly CTV cash giveaway. I'm Lisa and today I'm joined by this week's lucky viewer, Lee. Hello Lee.
Hi.
Welcome along. Did you have a good long weekend?
Actually, we've just been moving, so it's been quite busy.
Oh, well, this will be a nice change then. All right, let's get straight into it. What is your first number?
23.
23, here we go. Grab that one for you. All right, let's see what we've got in here. And our first one is $250. So that's on the board there. Let's see what we've got next. What would you like?
18.
18. Here we go. Let's see if we can get something higher for you this time. And it is another $250. All right, so you got 2 of those. What else can we get?
Okay, number 5.
Number 5, sounds good. All right, let's have a look. And 5,000. Great. So if you can get a few more of those, it could be looking good. What would you like to go with next?
Number 7.
Number 7. There we go. And it is another $250. All right, so you got 3 $250s, 2 more and you'll be taking that home. So let's see if we can get something else.
Okay, number 28.
28. Nice and easy. All right, and it's another $250. All right, so 1 more of those and you're taking home $250. Let's see what you get.
Okay, number 9.
Number 9. All right, let's hope for another big one in here. And it is 1,000. All right, so you get to keep playing. All right, what number would you like now?
21.
21. All right. Here we go. This could be it. Oh, another 1,000. Good. You're having some good luck there. What number would you like?
Oh, crikey.
It's getting tough now.
Yeah. Number 13.
Number 13. All right, let's have a look. All right, and it is another 250. So that's 5 250s. That means you get to take home $250. That there is for you.
Thank you.
And you've got someone here with you as well?
Yeah.
Is he taking the money home?
He might get $2.
Can buy yourself something nice with that. Well, thank you very much for playing. Join us next week straight after Canterbury Live.
That's this week's prize draw. Be sure to keep watching, and if you haven't got a sticker on your car, call CTV on 3777033 or visit Challenge service stations to be in to win.